All right, let's dive into a story that has been absolutely rocking the world of cloud infrastructure. We're talking about a tool that was the backbone for, well, countless systems, a really sudden change, and the massive scramble that's happening right now because of it. We're going to break down what happened and why it's causing so much pain.
And this quote right here from an engineer caught in the middle of all this, it gets right to the heart of the story. This isn't just about code. It's about the human cost of constant, relentless change in the tech world. It's a story of pure exhaustion.
So what exactly went down? Well, it all starts with this bombshell announcement that basically felt like the rug was pulled out from under the entire Kubernetes community.
For the longest time, Ingress-NGINX was just the answer. If you needed to get traffic into your Kubernetes cluster, this was it. It was stable, it was everywhere. And its real power? That flexibility. You could tweak almost anything you wanted with a simple annotation. It just worked.
Until, well, it didn't. Or, more accurately, until the maintainers announced they were stepping away. And just like that, in late January 2024, the project's entire future was thrown into question.
So what does frozen actually mean? It's not officially dead, no. But for anyone running this stuff in production, it might as well be. Think of it as a slow sunset. No new features are coming, and here's the kicker: no bug fixes. And this technical decision, it immediately created a very, very human problem. It sparked this collective groan that you could probably hear across the entire DevOps world.
Oh man, and this quote, it just captures the brutal timing of it all. Can you imagine? You spend months standardizing all your systems on this one tool. You finally finish the project, only to find out on that very same day that your shiny new standard is already obsolete. The irony is just staggering.
In that feeling, it wasn't just one person. That sentiment was everywhere. The community was just deeply exhausted. It's like that myth of Sisyphus, right? Pushing this giant boulder up a hill, only to watch it roll all the way back down again. It wasn't just about having to do another migration. It was the feeling of never, ever being able to reach the finish line.
So, of course, this led to the big question for thousands and thousands of engineering teams. What now? Seriously, where do we go from here?
You'd think, right, with such a critical piece of the puzzle being sunset, there's gotta be a clear, obvious one-to-one replacement just waiting in the wings to take its place.
Yeah, spoiler alert, there isn't one. The reality is this messy, confusing landscape of options, and every single one has its own trade-offs, its own complexities, its own little gotchas. There is no simple answer here.
So let's look at the main contenders. You've got Traefik, which people love because it's so simple, but maybe it doesn't have all the advanced features you need. Then there's Envoy Gateway, super powerful, totally enterprise-ready, but it can be an absolute beast to manage. And then, and this is where it gets really confusing, there's another NGINX project.
Okay, let's clear this up, because this part trips everybody up. The one that's frozen is the community project, the one that lives under the Kubernetes umbrella. The NGINX company, which is owned by F5, has its own separate, actively developed product. So yeah, it's a potential path forward, but it is not a drop-in replacement. It's a different beast entirely.
So if those are the options for right now, what's the long-term plan? Well, Kubernetes is pointing everyone towards this new thing called the Gateway API. But as we're about to see, it's both a huge promise and a huge para.
On paper, the Gateway API sounds amazing. It offers a much cleaner, way more powerful, and more secure way to manage traffic. It was designed from the ground up for modern cloud-native systems. This is the official, sanctioned future.
So the question is obvious, right? Can we just switch over? Is it a simple plug-and-play upgrade to this shiny new future? Problem solved.
And the answer, at least for right now, is a big, resounding no. The reality on the ground is painful. Anyone with a setup that's even slightly complex is finding there's just no easy way to migrate. Key features are missing, and common tools like Helm and Cert Manager, they don't integrate smoothly yet. For a lot of people, it's just not ready for prime time.
And you can just feel the frustration in this quote from the community. The ecosystem just isn't there yet. Engineers are discovering they have to do tons of manual, repetitive work that their old tools handled automatically. It honestly feels like taking a huge step backward.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second, because this whole thing, it's about so much more than just one piece of software. What's really happening is a fundamental cultural shift in the entire Kubernetes ecosystem. And this comparison really gets to the heart of it. Ingress-NGINX, that was the old school ethos. Scrappy, flexible, you could hack it, bend it to your will, and pretty much hold it all together with digital duct tape. Gateway API is the complete opposite. It's rigid, it's disciplined, and it's built for these big, formal enterprise operations. It's smarter, for sure, but it's way less forgiving.
What we're really seeing here is Kubernetes growing up. And just like with anything that matures, it means some of the wild, messy, and frankly fun parts of its youth are being paved over and replaced with structure, with rules, and with corporate-friendly design.
And this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the existential dread that so many engineers are feeling. They're looking at a mountain of stressful work, all to end up right back where they started, with the exact same functional outcome. It feels like a whole lot of pain for zero tangible gain.
And that's pretty much where we are right now. We're in the middle of this great migration. Not because anyone really asked for it, but because the ground literally shifted under their feet. It's a forced evolution, and teams are just trying to navigate it as best they can.
Which leaves us with one last, really crucial question to think about. As the Wild West of Kubernetes gets paved over for maturity, trading that scrappy flexibility for enterprise-grade discipline, what's the real trade-off? What are we gaining in stability? And what essential part of that innovative, freewheeling spirit might we be losing for good?